And what's going on? We back. Street Elements Magazine. We're going to always start this thing off right. All right? My thing is, if you got a loved one doing time in prison, make sure you send them a copy of the #1 magazine publication in the nation. It's the only one. You got a loved one doing time in prison, state or federal, you send them a copy of Street Elements Magazine. Also hit like, follow, subscribe, hit the notification button. Today, we speaking about the Joolio Foolio situation. And we really hope that you can learn from these situations right here, man, because we really want to save as many people that we can, young people, because it's the young ones that they're targeting, all right? So today with me, I got the lovely Miss Jazz. Y'all can check out on the app, check out on Y Hip Hop on Instagram. She have fire content too. You also can follow her on TikTok, Life with Jazz, and check out her content. But she has a lot of insight on this case because she's been keeping up with it. So she's basically going to run down to me what I think about the situation, and we're going to go back and forth and just try and educate you guys the best way you can, so you don't have to follow down the path of these crash dummies. You know, I got 3 tips how to stay out of prison, and one of the tips is stay away from crash dummies. I don't know why y'all young guys scared to get old. I don't understand that. To me, it seems like y'all scared to get old. Y'all want to die, and that we got to change that way of thinking. But anyway, Jazz, what you got today?
Okay, so I want to start with the facts first, so then we could give our opinions later, because a lot of people, if you haven't been catching up with the case, this will at least help us get up to speed, and then we'll reveal, kind of the new stuff that's been coming out lately. But this is an article from Jacksonville.com, where it says, rapper Joolio Foolio murder details revealed, evidence released against gang suspects. So as recently as August 7th, there were motions to deny bail for 3 of the co-defendants in the orchestrated murder plot of Charles Andrew Jones II, which was Joolio Foolio. Jones was ambushed, shot, and killed celebrating his 26th birthday in the parking lot of a Home 2 Suites by Hilton. The initial reports did say it was a Holiday Inn, but that was next door. And this was across the street from USF in Tampa on June 23rd. Also, 3 others were wounded. So that's really like the crimes that these people committed. This is, what they're facing here. So remember, on July 27th, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office did arrest Sean Andre Gathright. He was only 18. Isaiah Jermaine Chance is only 21, and Alicia Latoya Andrews only 21. 3 days later, SWAT officers arrested Rashad Murphy, which was the oldest of the crew, and he was 30 years old, leaving 1 fugitive suspect with an outstanding warrant, which is Davion Murphy, I think Rashad's people, but he was only 27. Now, all are facing charges of first-degree premeditated murder with a firearm and conspiracy to commit first-degree premeditated murder with a firearm, while Gathright and the Murphys also face 3 counts of attempted murder. Tampa Police Chief Lee Bursaw said during a news conference announcing the initial arrest that it was part of a long-term gang-related feud, and that ATK and the 1200 worked together to target Jones on the 6th block gang. He said Gathright and the Murphys are believed to be the ones who did the actual shooting in this case. The state filed 18-page motions for pretrial detention or to deny bail for the first 3 defendants. Hillsborough County records show Rashad Murphy still remains in the Duval County Jail, and as of Thursday has not shown up in Hillsborough court.
So now I think that has been updated. I believe he is now at Hillsborough County courtroom. Okay. So they done updated that.
So now let's talk about the update that you were bringing to my attention. With is it Murphy, the 30-year-old?
Yeah, it's Murphy. So what's going on? From what I had got a whiff of, that the last one that made it to the county jail was Rashard Murphy. He's the one that you seen the SWAT team going to his house. He's coming out with the Bible, laying on the ground. And now he's actually, I think he's trying to play insanity. What you have? Read the article.
My boy sound like a Christian crusader. You gonna come out with the Bible? All right, let me get his article. So it says, man, and this is from actionnewsjax.com. It says, man charged in Joolio's case killing, or Joolio's killing seeks insanity defense. So one of the suspects charged with murder in the June 23rd shooting death of Jacksonville, Florida rapper Foolio plans to make an insanity plea. The court-appointed attorney for Rashad Murphy, one of the 4 people charged in the rapper's slaying, filed a motion last week in the Hillsborough County Court asking for funds to pay for a confidential forensic neuropsychologist, wasting them people money, the taxpayer dollars. The state is seeking the death penalty against all of the defendants. Murphy is charged with first-degree murder. This is not funny. First-degree conspiracy to commit murder, 3 counts of first-degree attempted murder, and tampering with physical evidence. So long story short,
he's trying to play crazy.
So my thing is, and I'm gonna keep it a beat in the book. Now that the death penalty is on the line, you're crazy. Let's take it just a pinch further. You know how much money they gotta dish out in taxpaying dollars to try to help prove that you either are or not crazy? And we know you're not crazy because how you was crazy, you came out with a Bible.
Yeah,
right.
So this is a tactic that I done seen a lot of guys use once they get arrested, they've been in the county jail. I done seen this tactic used many a times. We be inside the county jail, and you be talking to dudes, you know, they be regular, but every time they go to court, they play crazy, they at the pill line, they got to take their medication, and then eventually, these people do send them off to these psychiatric hospitals that the state got, and when they come back in about 6 months, they be moving a little bit slower. They really dependent on the pill line for real, and eventually you do become crazy. You see? And this is what I want to know. Was Joolio Foolio worth that much to you for you to have to not play crazy for the rest of your life?
No. Not nobody that I say I don't like. I'm sorry. If you supposed to be, here's my thing, because I ain't gonna forget that part that when I just read the first article, they said this was an ATK situation. That's what the police are saying. So that means that the police are also investigating that down to the bone. When they doing stuff like that, they're not like waiting for you to do something. They're collecting all evidence so that when they come at you, they can come as strong as they can. My issue for Young and Ace is like, not even trying to be funny. It's almost like that boy that lives in the suburbs trying to prove to the boy that live in the hut that he that nigga, and it doesn't matter. Like, you've already made it. You eat nice food. You wear nice clothes. You can drive what you want. You can go what you want. You can provide for your family. And you would take it all away for a nigga like Joolio Foolio that you claim not even half of you, that don't even make as much money as you or don't make the type of moves you do. Whatever the case, you was light-skinned enough to make it as far as you did, and you want to come back to the nigga that you feel ain't even worth your, like, he just took your whole life away. That's it. I wouldn't let nobody that I didn't like be able to have that much control over me. That's actually the point of me not liking you. Like, I don't like you enough for you to have control over me. I'm sorry, I gotta go. But now you mean to tell me for the rest of y'all life, y'all have to think about the next decision to make to try to stay alive in the system, because you know them folks damn sure don't care about no niggas.
Now, how old was the youngest one involved in the case?
21, and let's not forget it was a 21-year-old female as well. Like,
so you 21.
I think 18. 18 was the youngest one. Let me go back.
So this what's going on. The oldest one out the group, the 30-year-old, he's playing crazy. So what do you think?
Guess right is 18. And remember, he is said to be one of the ones that they actually thought shot him. That's what the police are saying. So that in itself you got an 18 and a 30-year-old with the same charges. And the 30-year-old is pleading insanity.
Now let's keep it 100. If we in the streets, the 30-year-old gonna have a little bit more say-so over the younger ones.
He should.
We got to keep it 1,000 over here. If I'm 30 years old and I'm riding with some jitterbug that's 21 and 20 and 18, I'm their leader. I'm their leader. Now, you mean to tell me you done led these young kids that probably was looking up to you in some type of way, some type of form or fashion. They looked at you some type of way to take a trip, allegedly with you, to come down here, crash out, and now you the oldest one want to play crazy. What do the other ones supposed to do now?
And I feel bad because the death penalty is on the line, so you can tell that scares him more than anything. He like, I'd just rather play crazy. And my issue with that is, not only did y'all not give Joolio Foolio the choice, but y'all was the big kahuna when y'all was making that decision. Oh, he had to go. I still can't get over the fact that these were the decision makers either, because even the way y'all got caught, like y'all ain't even no big money criminals. Y'all got caught at your mama house and in your mama car and stuff like that. So it's just like the whole run was a crash dummy mission. And I feel like the person that was responsible for even getting this together, it starts there at where this was wrong, because it wasn't properly planned. And I don't like bad criminals, because you could also make the choice to just not be one. All of that wanting attention for doing the wrong shit the wrong way is sick to me, because it gives crash dummy. Again, Ace Make, he has too much of a statement on life to let his life go like this. And actually, this isn't even my decision. Those police out of Jax and out of Hillsborough County don't even play like that. We got some of the most racist judicial system situations going on. He better be lucky Judge Perry, not the judge. They better be lucky Judge Perry and the judge. But I do think that this is a crash dummy mission. I'll just say it like that.
Yeah,
no
because
this wasn't planned better.
Because right now, this how I look at it. When you jump out there in the streets, and I'm not advising nobody to do this, but one of the rules was you always jump out there for money. You don't jump out there just to be a gangster. You jump out there because you're trying to survive. If you do anything, it's supposed to always be about the money. So let's say Joolio Foolio. Was he worth your life? You mean to tell me his life is worth more than your life? To put your life on the line behind a guy like Joolio Foolio? This what y'all doing out there? I mean, add it up. I mean, what he was worth on paper? What, about 500,000? That's what he was worth. Did y'all even rob him? Did you rob him for the 500,000?
All the kids will tell you, oh, well, this started before because Joolio took his cousin and his brother. I
want to know, did you hit the lick for the 500,000? Did you rob Joolio Foolio for the 500,000, then laid him down?
Nope.
Because them the type of guys I came up with. They want to hit the lick first. So they want to hit the lick first, then lay you down. They ain't just going out there laying you down for nothing. See, that's the difference in the streets to how it is now and to how it was when I was coming up. The dudes back then who were laying people down, they were trying to get that bag.
What? Niggas still ain't getting money.
Nah, y'all just got a reputation behind it. Y'all reputation worth more than the money these days.
And the wrong plan, because let me tell you another thing. I'm gonna keep it a beat in the book, right? When you actually get caught like they got caught so red-handed, I don't know where them cameras was at. I don't know if they were on Teslas in the bushes, but the way that they were caught so red-handed, the action that they actually carried out was almost like a terrorist threat. You got to remember, that was a hotel. People are there. Y'all have guns. Y'all don't have real training for these guns. It's people outside. Y'all could have harmed a lot of people. That's almost like a massacre. And at that rate, you actually become a threat to society. Your mind state, unfortunately, is not okay enough to be out here Because what if somebody else would have got hurt? Which 3 other people did get wounded, but God forbid one of them white people would have been walking their kids to their car after spending the day at Busch Gardens down the street from USF. Like, y'all could have kept that in Jacksonville. Y'all couldn't find him in his own city. That's it.
Was he worth it? That's what I want to know. Was Joolio Foolio worth your life? Was his life being removed from this planet worth Murphy's life and the 3 other co-conspirators in this case? You mean to tell me y'all value his life over yours? Come on, man, that's crash dummy action.
He took all of y'all?
No, you taking all of y'all off the streets. Meaning basically the system won. They got Joolio Foolio out the way and they got 4 other people to go along with him. Mm-hmm. Who won at the end of the day? Who's sitting back laughing at the end of the day? Because Murphy ain't laughing no more. He playing crazy.
You remember the little boy KK?
Yeah, they just had him on the internet, floating around on the internet too.
Yeah, but remember, he been rapping since, I don't know if he was like 13, but he been rapping since he was like a kid, and very great rapper, but the way they took him away, and they don't have no plans of letting him out, you can show up in court with a haircut all you want to, and you can put your glasses on. We have no plans of doing motion. Like, we want your life.
That's what it's all about. That's what we want to get you to understand. That's what the whole system is all about. They taking us off the street in bus loads. And it's all because you guys don't understand what you're really getting involved in. You letting your generation before you and this music influence you to do some crash dummy type shit. I advise you, if you be out there for the money and the money only. The goal is to get you and your family out of the situation that you're in so you can live a better life and you can get old. Stop trying to die young. That ain't no honor in dying young.
At all.
If you want to die young, go in the army and go fight. Stop fighting for a block that you don't own. You don't own that block. If you want to do some gangster shit, buy you a piece of property on the block that you're living on and then buy another one next to it. And tell your homies that do the same thing. Tell each one of y'all homies that's out there on the block, say, man, look here, we making all this money. Let's go out here and buy a piece of property around here. Instead, we letting them other people move in the neighborhood so we can goddamn raise a family. Because right now, the way y'all going, y'all gonna be just like the past 3 other generations that came before y'all. We are not able to build families no more. We can have kids, but we ain't raising no strong families. And without having no type of structure, you're gonna have dysfunction, and you're gonna have crash dummies leading crash dummies back to the slave plantation. And that's what's really going on. You're heading back to the plantation. You volunteer to go to the plantation. I volunteer to win.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
This is a serious question. Do you think that Murphy is going to be able to get away with pleading insanity in this situation?
You want me to keep it real with you?
Yeah.
They gonna let Murphy play crazy. They gonna send him up to Chattahoochee. They gonna be evaluating. They gonna put him on all type of medicine because he gonna tell me he can't cope, he can't do this. So he taking Thurazine, Quad 9, all type of medicine. He at the pill line, probably got about 7 different pills in his little pill cup. Right? And he gonna play crazy, right? They still gonna bam him on the back end. They don't care nothing about him playing crazy. You gonna just be in prison at the pill line. That's all. That's all. You're gonna be in prison at the pill line. And if you want to play crazy, they got a crazy camp for you.
Now, hear me out here. Hear me out. Because this is what I really worry about. The reason I asked that question, right? Because obviously Murphy is not the only person involved. So it's like, you got 3 other defendants. They are 18 through 21 for the most part. And then you got that one guy that, I don't know, has the 5th person been caught yet? Murphy brother?
Nah, he's still at large.
All right. So you got the other ones that are like literally 21 and under, right? And the death penalty is proposed for them. Mind you, Murphy is older, which means he should have more understanding. Do you think they're lighten the load for them at all? Because
man, the load ain't finna get no lighter. The load is, listen, what they say, you loaded this truck.
But I don't feel like they really did. I feel like they were peer pressure. Between ATK peer pressure and the peer pressure from that old ass nigga that was acting like
but we gotta keep it real.
This nigga, he's insane, but he booked the Airbnb by the hotel. That's insanity to you?
Yeah, that is crazy. When you think about it. That is crazy to do all that crazy ass shit just to throw your life away behind it.
Nah, I gotta get the death penalty, bitch. My life gotta go.
Hey, this is the type of decision a lot of y'all young cats out there making, and you don't have to make them decisions, man. Them dudes you beefing with, they ain't worth it. They ain't worth your life. You mean to tell me you'd rather trick yourself off the street just to prove a point to a dude that probably ain't got $3,000 in his pocket?
Come on now. It's worse than that.
Come on now.
I'll tell you this. It wasn't even the dude that you was trying to prove it to. The dude that you was taking out of here, I'm not even going to hold you. And God, Father, forgive me, Lord, this is not to be mean to Joolio Foolio. I love all black people. But Joolio Foolio ain't even the type of nigga to lose your life. Like, it's just, that's the type of nigga you leave where he at. And that bitch gonna be there 30 years later on the porch in the jets. Like, you just leave that nigga there. He's always gonna be there.
It ain't worth it. Your life more valuable than that, man.
That's it. You just go live your life. You shot. That's how you beat that nigga. You just outshining. Like, everything I do is better than you. So, it's like, I get it, but you mean to tell me it all end like this for me? Nah, bro. Unfortunately, the process wasn't really thought through. Like, what happened to poison somebody's food on the slide? Like, what are you doing, guys?
What happened about, man, you know what? I got a mama to take care of. She getting older.
Real shit.
Man, I want to be out here to raise my kids. Man, I want to raise my family because I ain't never get to do it before. Man, I want to be able to buy me a house.
I'm going to keep it beating the butt with you. You don't know what you ain't seen. If that is not in your hindsight or your peripheral, you're not going towards those things. Joolio didn't have no kids. And even if some of those had kids, some of the younger people had kids at 18 and 21, they're not thinking of from a family mindset. They probably grew up without a family. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's how the system is designed. Matter of fact, I think the young girl pregnant.
And probably by one of them niggas. That's how bad it'll be. Like, this is the family, what you talked about. So at the end of the day, the whole mindset has to change. But I really do feel bad because I feel like the younger ones were peer pressure. I feel like when I was 18 and 21, I was a lot more impressionable. And it would have been easier to get me to do things if I was scared of you. And that's all I'm trying to say. And that doesn't just go for the young lady, though. That goes for those younger men, too, that's still trying to prove.